Hey, what's up, Drivetrain? Today we're going to start talking about gate starts. My gate starts specifically. My journey on gate starts. So back in the day, back in the late 90s, I used to race. Here's some footage of that.
Gate drops and we got, looks like David Allen in the lead with Justin right beside him. Looks like this is going to be a good race. Coming around the second, Justin Hammond opening up the lead. What's going to happen right here? David Allen cuts up. Waiting for that mistake by Justin.
This was an old track back in 1993 and 1994. I think this is like our third or fourth week racing. And man, we used to think this track was amazing. But if we listen to the cadence, there was a guy who would physically say, all right, riders, set them up. Riders ready, watch the gate. And because we're humans, we repeat this thing. He would push the button at the exact same time and it would go do, 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 do. And it was timed. I'm a musician. I hear these things. So what we used to do is if this is the gate and this is the front wheel, we would hear him say his cadence. And as soon as he said, watch the gate, we would get ready and we would pull back and then yank up and start pedaling. And then as soon as that gate was dropping, we were halfway over the gate already. And this made our gate starts super fast. Now, today's technology, you got the random start. And the random start is a great equalizer for this exact scenario. But what it does is it actually makes us need to use proper technique. So as I watch my gate starts, I've worked over the past year, especially over the summer of 2020. We would go up and do gate practice once or twice a week at our local track because we weren't able to race. So it was really nice to have a great track. Now, what I learned is that our track's gate is super fast. And so we got used to snapping on that, and it was smooth. It was what I knew, it was the only thing I knew. Well, then fast forward into October, and we went down to VMP, and I'm going to pull in some footage of that.
41 to 40. Thought it was.
What about some pickles?
We'll see here in a minute. 36 to...
We went down to VMP. That gate is a little slower, and I actually, the first time out there, I was pulling way up, and kind of my old technique. Then I got settled into place and was using proper technique, and I actually tapped the gate twice on one start. I heard the beep, I pulled, tapped the front wheel, tapped it on the top as it was going. Kind of sketched me out a little bit, but I kept going and slowed myself down in later starts. Now, October, everything was good. Then that was the only place we were racing, so I got used to it. November was good. December was good. All of these gate starts that we're watching here have some okay starts to them. The challenge comes in January. I wanted to work on my gate start.
Position also on the outside looking in. Reddy's gonna be looking at second rounds.
So I bought this thing here. This is the Fresh Park Gate. I got a used Fresh Park Gate, and it worked. It worked. It had, the cable needed to be replaced, but it worked. And then I got kind of excited about it and started working on it. All right, so this thing looks pretty set up. It's got the cable that comes kind of underneath here. You can see the cable that just moves according to this thing. So your back tire sits here and goes back and hits it, and it should release the gate. So there's a pin under here. And this thing goes in there. So in theory, snap back, boom, gate drops, off we go. Let's give it a couple test runs. I'm going to be gingerly about it. Let's see how it works, shall we? All right, so you can see I've got this paddle pretty much sitting right up against the tire. That worked out really well from a positioning. I am not ready to, let's just see what we get here. So I'm just going to pull back and go forward. Oh, that seemed like it worked. Try another one. Attempt number 2. Okay, so yeah, that was faked, but I actually tried this a couple weeks ago, probably 2 months ago when I bought this thing, and that's exactly what happened. Let me show you what happened. So what I found out was that the little pin, there we go. Do you see that? So there's a little pin right in here that should pop back out like that. And I didn't realize that it did not pop back out. And so on this thing, it was actually latched back here, metal to metal. And I went full power into it and flipped. The thing folded all up in half, just like you saw. And I landed and I had a big old bruise on my left leg from hitting the top of the gate. So I went looking for a solution, because what I've noticed is after flipping this one gate one time, I've been so hesitant, and when I'm looking at gates, when I'm doing gates, I'm on the track, I'm actually sitting there looking down, and I'm waiting for the gate to drop because I'm so scared of flipping it. So I went looking for solutions. How do you fix this? Because the cable on this thing is kind of old, kind of janky, and anyway, there's a lot of things that I think could really work with this when it was brand new. I did message Fresh Park, and I tried to get a new cable, and I haven't heard back from them, which is somewhat disappointing. But at the same time, I think if the cable could be switched, it could be a great tool. But I found a thing that I think is going to be the answer. All right, in the midst of a dirty workshop, we have the YellowCat BMX parts. All right, the light, power supply. Ooh, a power supply. Oh, okay, that makes sense to plug it in. Magnet thing, remote, snap, bungee cord. Bungee cord, that sounds fun. All right, let's see what else we got. All right, so step 1 is this gas pedal back here. This is the mechanism that pulls the cable, that releases the pin. They say to pull the gas pedal out. Let's do that first. All right, so next one we gotta take off is this plate here. And then we also have to take this pin out, this pin mechanism here, which has a cotter pin, and then release the cable. So one of my big problems with this pin just didn't wanna reset and go back out. I don't think it's the fault of the spring, although the spring is pretty nasty, but this cable, you see this cable looks like a Z. And that's probably not helping with the tension and proper functionality, but we're just gonna pull this thing out. Got bigger plans for this gate here. Then we're gonna set this guy back up here after we've tightened this thing down and make sure that it's all locked sturdy in place. And then we will test the snap make sure that it's releasing just here in the shed, and then we'll take it outside and test it out. Oh, that's right, I gotta put my bungee cord on. All right, let's see how this thing works out. Is there a power button? That's loud. All right, so the magnet is there. There's no power button.
Here, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
There we go. It worked, that's good. It doesn't need me to pull my back tire back. I doubt I'll flip the gate. All good things. Let's try it again. So right now, it's not armed, so it's not gonna stick. Now it sticks.
Here, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
I said, do it again, Daddy.
Yeah. All right. So it's working. Let's take it outside of the shed and see if we can make it work with the bike.
Here, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
That certainly let go immediately. All right, so the GoPro battery died. I did grab my my Rad Share and Shadow Conspiracy helmet. Just picked this up this past weekend. Thank you, Rad Share and Nate and Crandall. You guys are awesome. But I've taken a couple gates. I know it works. I'm still scared. I ain't gonna lie. I'm still scared that I'm gonna flip this thing. I gotta look past the gate and not at the gate. I feel it let go immediately. It lets go so fast, and the bike almost actually goes out from underneath me. So I gotta get ahead of that. But anyway, it's just gonna take baby steps to gain my confidence. So we'll take a couple. The sun's starting to go down, but take a couple on camera, see what I can do, and it's just day one. So hopefully we'll see a progression. And my goal is to race Rock Hill at the end of this month and actually have a gate start that's worth talking about. But here we go, let's get it.
Here, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate. Here, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
All right, that's it for now. I'm excited about this thing. It's also getting late and I don't feel like beeping all up in the neighborhood, but I might end up taking this thing in my truck down to the school after I get a little portable battery pack for it and set it up there because I can get a little bit of a grade down, which would be more like a starting hill, and just gate, work on some and just get my confidence back up. But we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.